David, I was thunderstruck in the Detroit Free Press how Frank Joyce, who's a name many will know in automobiles, and his co-writer spoke of a UAW that is incredibly troubled. I understand that this union is not my father's union or my grandfather's union, but is it perceived in the greater GM world that this is a corrupt union?
Now, look, they've got a lot of problems, and the corruption is perceived to go very deep. Look, the Justice Department was 9 for 9 convicting both people at Fiat Chrysler and the union in the Fiat Chrysler department for having taken graft in exchange for giving Fiat Chrysler an easier contract in 2015. Separately, you have other UAW leaders being investigated for taking money from the union for bribery schemes. So you have different groups of union leaders being investigated or having been indicted or convicted for different things. And so it looks like there is widespread corruption. Look, all of these people need to be proven guilty before we can say that they're all totally corrupt. But I've read the complaint that accuses Gary Jones, the current president, Dennis Williams, the past president, and Vance Pearson, who is a leader in the union who worked with Gary Jones. It's very detailed.
Well,
the government did a lot of work on this, and there was a lot of money these guys were allegedly taking.
David, who's driving the bus here, the GM bus? Is it the union members or the union leadership? I mean, are they lockstep in week 4 or not?
This is an interesting dynamic here because that corruption investigation that's going on right now is in the background. The indictments and the convictions against the Fiat Chrysler executives and union negotiators is also in the background. The current leadership, Gary Jones, is still driving the bus. He's the president, even though he's being investigated. They have to negotiate a really good deal to prove to their members that they're not on the take. This isn't a corrupted set of negotiations. The union workers are also angry about these so-called unallocated plants like Lordstown, Ohio, Detroit Hamtramck that don't have a product now or don't have a product to build after, say, January, whether or not they're going to have job security there. And GM made record profits over the last 4 years, and the union wants what they believe is their rightful share of this. So going into talks, the union members were not going to ratify a deal that didn't seem very good to them, and now you've got this corruption trust issue working in the background. So this is a tough set here, and going into the weekend, we had good momentum, and then we sort of hit a big speed bump yesterday.